changed a little bit. The Westfield corner has been slowed down a little bit, so the guys say they lose a bit of time there. As ever, a good start is important here.
Number 11 there was Adam Jenkinson, but on the other side of the grid in pole position, John Boyle on bike 78 on the Paddock Car Electric. Side entered Marchi. Tommy Brybold's alongside him on the wayside, racing by as they come under orders. When the light goes out, they're away. And straight away, it looks to me like Brendan Roberts, the Australian on the GP Glen Racing bike, got a good start, but no, across the front. Who will it be? Oh, that's a biggie down into Paddock Hill. That's cold tyre syndrome, I'm sorry to have to tell you. Lost the front end on the brakes.
I think someone got clipped there.
Looks to me like he lost the front end under the brakes in the paddock, Neil, so we'll beg to differ on that one at this particular point. Druids, we're out of Druids, down into Graham Hill Bend now. This could be tricky as well as they come to a left-hander, putting a bit of weight on the front end with slightly cool tyres still, surely.
I think one of the riders that went down there was Ian Lowry, one of the lads in contention for second in the championship.
Ian Lowry in 4th place overall on the points, but only on 128 points compared with Brendan Roberts 139 in 2nd place. So you bang on, Michael Niblett, thank you for that.
Tommy Brightwell away in front. He's normally a rider that comes from the rear, but this is it.
Here we
First
go.
lap into Paddock, first corner.
Front end, yeah, he lost the front end on the brakes.
Yeah, Tom Grant lost the front there and he's tagged Ian Lowry and taken him with him.
Tom Grant, he was a rider, I guess, he was on podium at Donington.
Yeah, he was on the podium at Donington. He came from a long way back.
And there was somebody out of that as well. Oh, was that? No, that's coming out of the corner as well. That was coming out. There was...
I think that's a different angle.
Same crash, different
I hope
angle,
you're right.
Tommy Brightwell away at the front here.
That'll teach me to have a go at you about paying attention, Michael.
Take some of your own advice.
Yeah, thank you for that. I'll get you back in a minute as well as we go down all clearways. It is Tommy Brightwell who leads on bike 18 at the moment.
Roberts third, Adam Jenkinson fourth.
Out of clearways for the first time. Getting a bit more heat in the tyres now as they come up to Paddock side by side on the brakes. John Boyd Lee looking for a way through, but didn't find it on Tommy Brightwell. Tommy Brightwell, nice, real nice wide line, sweeping across majestically to meet the apex of Paddock Hill Bend.
Majestically onto the green bit there, but John Boyle, he's a rider that when he's on form, he's so fast. He's won R6 Cup races in the past, and sometimes he has a bit of an average weekend, but he's been on form this weekend. You can see right to the front there. He tends to be, he's a little rider, he's quite a light rider, so fast racetracks seem to suit John Boyle.
And of course this next turn that we're about to come to, it's uphill as they launch onto the back straight, so a light rider trying to get the thing to stick to the floor and just pull out some kind of an advantage here. Just got to get that lined up and nailed onto the back straight.
It's really hard on the front end of these bikes. The riders pushing the front tyre real hard through a lot of these corners. As you say, trying to get a good drive onto the straights, but pushing the fronts hard into the corners.
This corner scares me as well, Hawthorn. You're coming off of Pilgrims onto Hawthorn. Oh, look at this. I'll tell you what, Tommy Bridewell's a bit slack there because John Boyle Lee forces his way through. He's all arms, legs and elbows, isn't he, John Boyle Lee?
He certainly is a little rider, but he sticks out a lot.
They're not very long. I don't know whether we need that
bit
of insider information, Michael. But seems you gave it to us. 78, John Boyle leads.
I can see this being a race where the lead's going to chop and change quite a lot.
Well, John Boyle, certainly history proves once he gets to the front, he normally takes off, so it'll be interesting to see if Tommy Brightwell can do anything with him.
Yeah, a couple of races John Boyle's done that. I remember at Mallory Park last year, he cleared up at the start, and I think he was at one point about 17 seconds in the lead.
Well, judging from what you said and the look at our camera, already he's cleared off. Adam Jenkinson looks at the inside of Brendan Roberts there in the paddock. So Adam Jenkinson, remember last year, what a difference a year make. Adam Jenkinson at the beginning of last year looked so strong on the R6 Cup as it was known then. But this year, just struggled a little tiny bit. He's down on 123 points at the moment.
I think most of the riders will agree this year, Keith, that were in it last year, that it's a lot tougher this year. It's a much higher standard of racing.
John Boyle, new lap record at the front there, 134.923.
Well, it's my turn to draw your attention to observation. Thank you, Mr. McKenzie.
I'm a second out.
That'll be such a smart bum, won't it?
Second out, sorry about that.
It's the fastest lap of the race, but not a new lap record. Still belongs to Richard Wren. Hawthorn corner. Tell you what, Jonathan Palmer, he makes such a nice job of those sand pits as well, doesn't he? They're nicely braided and raked out.
This is the corner Westfield's been resurfaced and changed slightly just to slow things down a little bit.
Still pretty ripply out the back there though after the car meeting a couple of weeks ago. I mean, I don't know how that's affecting the Virgin Mobile Cup boys, but I know the slightly more sensitive machines have really been feeling it. Trying to find the right setup here with the ripples around the track has been a little bit difficult throughout this week.
Yeah, hot temperatures in car racing don't bode well on surfaces. Like you say, they can get rippled up a little bit.
42. Brendan Roberts in third place still at the moment, being chased hard by Adam Jenkinson on bike number 11, away at the front, as quite predicted by our guest commentator Michael Niblett and of course Neil Mackenzie. John Boy Lee out front and clearing off into the distance. Still Tommy Bribewell on bike 18 there with the yellow helmet and leathers in second place, but I wonder for how long, because it's all getting a bit hectic at Druids Corner at the minute. It's Brendan Roberts under the severest of pressure from Adam Jenkinson. Behind them and some way behind them still. Bike number 13 is David Anthony. Then it's Connor Cummins. Billy McConnell is only down in 7th place, the new Virgin Mobile Cup champion. Got a bit of work to do. Mark Pollock is behind him on bike 34.
It's all a little bit strung out here, to be honest. After the drama of Donington Park, I mean, you could barely catch breath with the amount of overtaking that was going on.
Yeah, sadly I missed that one. I do apologise. As we come through on lap 4.
Donington Park, Billy McConnell wanted to tell everyone who was boss. He came from 4th to 5th position. He really barged his way through, returned back to form really to win the championship, and a few decisive moves, quite ruthless, but it was a way to win the championship, win the race and show everyone who was boss.
John Boy Lee just put in another fastest lap, 1:34.2. I still reckon this lap record's going to go. 1:34.09 is the existing lap record. 1:34.2. John Boy Lee on lap 3. We are now on lap 5.
Not up to half race distance, and we know that these D2 Dunlops, as much grip as they've got as the race progresses, they do start to slide around a little bit. Not so much the fronts, but the rears lose grip, and the guys either have to deal with that or change their lines just to make the tyres work a little bit better.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, it's out the window. John Boy Lee, their new lap record at the end of that lap 4 at 1:33. Just sub 1:34 time for him. So John Boy Lee, tell you what, winning the final race of the year in lap record time is a lovely feeling, isn't it? And of course he will settle himself in, I reckon, at this particular point with second place in the championship as well, if he can keep it together.
As far as I know, if John Boy wins, if Brendan finishes second to John Boy, he'll get third in the championship, but as it's looking now, it'll be John Boy second and I think maybe Tommy third, but
we needed you when it came to the Bennett's British Superbike race, actually.
Well,
the mathematicians on the commentary team were not particularly accurate.
Yeah, my calculations are...
Oh, no.
Brendan is 11 points in front of John Boy Lee, so if they finished in these positions, Brendan would still be second in the championship.
I think
so
it's probably very early in the race to be thinking about who's finishing where.
I'm sure that's the last thing these guys are thinking about.
But nicely covered. Clearways at the end of lap 5. We're about to enter onto lap 6 at the moment. John Boy Lee with a massive lead. Let's take a look at just how big a massive lead it is now, as the monitor clicks. 1.5 seconds overall, and there are the point standings.
But not correct.
Not corrected. No, the corrected standings, they are corrected. We're hollered at. Our producer indignantly says that they are corrected, which obviously means that graphics are doing a wonderful job, and we're having a bit of a job to follow it. There's Rob Mack having a chat with Tommy Hill. Of course, Tommy Hill was a recipient of last year's Virgin Mobile Cup prize, and for that he got a Superbike ride in the Virgin Mobile Superbike team here in the British Championship, and he retains that ride for 2006. So it just goes to show you can do it via a 600 road bike with very, very few mods, and you get your money back. I can see a man with green with envy opposite me in the form of Michael Niblett.
Yeah, I mean, we were looking at that presentation earlier on, and Billy was getting his bike, and I think the bit that Rob would have hated most was giving money back.
Funny enough, you weren't here when Neil Mackenzie said exactly those words, so I can't say you're plagiarising Mackenzie's tone, but that's exactly what Mackenzie said a little bit earlier on. They all know Rob Mack so well. But
I was at Mallow Park on Tuesday, and that was Rob was talking about Billy being out on the Superbike, and Billy looked awesome on it. I think everyone's really excited. And when you were talking about Rob looking as happy as you've seen him for a long time, I think he's really excited about the prospect for next year, because Billy, considering it was the first time on the bike, he looked really smooth, really consistent, and he was doing some pretty good times.
Well, that's all for 2006, of course. The 2006 British Superbike calendar is now out if you want to log on to the BSB website and check it out. Meanwhile, Tommy Hill under the severest of pressure at the moment. What am I talking about? Tommy Hill.
Tommy Bridewell.
That'll do. Tommy Bridewell under the severest of pressure from Brendan Roberts.
And there's one thing, Keith. As you'll know, it's the last round. Everyone wants to impress potential sponsors for next year. People are still looking for rides,
especially at this level, Michael. It's a level that really, it's a lot of newcomers. Names have yet to be really made on the international stage, let alone the national one. And it is a series, of course, for 16 to 22-year-olds at the beginning of the series year. And well, this youngster here, 16 years old, Tommy Bridewell. We often have Ollie Bridewell in here to do a bit of commentary over the look at that, another fastest lap. Incredible stuff. John Boyle just gets quicker and quicker. 1:33.8.
When he's good, he's very good. Very, very impressive, John Boyle.
No one going to catch him today while we espouse the virtues of Tommy Bridewell in second place. John Boyle eases away. 2.356 seconds his lead now over this battle for second place. We're only on lap 7 of 12. And there goes John Boyle already at Clearways Corner before these guys even enter into it. He's long gone, John Boyle.
I've got to say, according to my calculations on corrected points, with these positions, Brendan Roberts is still 2 points in front of John Boyle if they finish in these positions.
Are you involved with Brendan in any way?
Not at all.
Very good. Up to Druids, and again Brendan putting the pressure even on Tommy Bridewell. Bridewell managing the pressure very well, considering he's been under it for most of this race. Down at Graham Hill Bend, on to Bottom Bend now, and up towards Surtees. Through the left-hander, looking for the right drive, up onto the back straight and down Pilgrim's Drop.
Different lines there. You see Tommy Bridewell out quite wide, a traditional line. Brendan just cutting it back, trying to square off the corner to get a drive onto the back straight.
Well, Brendan's Australian, he doesn't know the traditional lines around it, does he?
That's the trouble, yeah. You grow up club racing and you get set in your ways, and you get some foreigners coming here. Troy Bayliss is the one that surprised me, and they've got lines all over the place, but they actually work.
Oh. Looked like he was out a little bit wide there for a moment, Tommy, but we're on lap 8 of 12, looking down. The fastest lap, personal fastest lap, has just gone to Adam Jenkinson, bike number 11 in 4th place at the moment. So Adam Jenkinson getting a bit of a hurry up at the back of this bunch. But he doesn't seem to be putting himself in a position to be able to do anything about the two guys in front of him.
It might be now that Lee's out in the front and he's thinking, I really don't want to end up in the gravel trap, no matter how nice Jonathan Palmer's made him. So maybe he's backing off slightly.
3.2 seconds was Lee's lead over Bridewell last time. What's it going to be this time? 3.6 seconds. He's easing away every single lap, despite Tommy Bridewell doing his personal best of the race just then, 34.3. John Boy Lee, the leader, 33.9. So he's putting in consistent 33s. John Boy Lee's he's just a cut above here on the Grand Prix circuit at Brands Hatch.
He certainly is on a class of his own in the Virgin Mobile Cup today. As you said, Tommy Bridewell putting in his personal best, so he's digging in. He's managed to increase that gap there to 0.6 of a second between himself and third place man Brendan Roberts. Adam Jenkinson, it's not all over for him. He can still sniff a podium position there, back in 4th place.
Quick shout for Billy McConnell, the champion of this year, riding the number 1 plate, by the way, down in 9th place. His fastest lap only 1:35.4, so he's miles off the pace and way down the order. I think Billy McConnell has been celebrating early, I reckon.
Too much. Remember last year when Richard Wren won the championship, he didn't do anything from that day onwards.
Well, I hate to go back to the days of black and white, but I had exactly that same... Oh, we did go back to the days of black and white, right on cue. I didn't mean it literally, but I remember winning a British Championship and I just couldn't do anything any good at the last round. I really wanted to go out with a win and I was incapable of pulling it off.
Well, you just focus so much all the way through the season. It's so intense, and you get the job done. You've used up pretty much all your physical and mental energy, and you want to get through the winter in one piece and enjoy the championship.
And you're still counting your money.
And you still are.
But not as much as you, Mr. Mackenzie. Lap 10 of 12. Still John Boy leads. Bike 78 there in your picture at Druids Corner. He has been absolutely superb. Since he hit the front of this race, there has not been another man in it. 4.1 7 seconds as he crossed the line last time on lap 9 in front. Oh, he's chucked it away! He's thrown it away! I can't believe John Boy Lee has chucked away the final race of the day when he has looked so very good. Unbelievable. I am stunned. It's the last time I open my mouth, because really, the kiss of death, lost the rear end coming down Graham Hill. Well, you did say earlier on that once these tyres get warmer, Neil Mackenzie, they start to go off, but there was nothing that would indicate that was going to happen.
Except that he's been consistently half a second lap quicker than everyone else out there.
I'm stunned. I'm absolutely stunned. He's perfectly okay, as in the words of Julian Ryder, it's the first time that he's ever seen a stretcher issued for depression.
Well, that's really bad for John Boy Lee. It's really stunning ride. Lap record after lap record, really impressive, in a class above the rest today, but unfortunately just pushed that a little bit too far.
Oh, has that gone bang, or has somebody... Now that is unusual.
It's Adam Jenkinson looking round. There was smoke just as Adam Jenkinson appeared.
Either something's collapsed over his back wheel or rubbing the tyre, or it just went pop. I can't believe a road bike went pop here.
He was obviously aware of something going on.
Well, we'll keep an eye on him. We're on lap 11 of 12. Well, it's all kicked off in the last couple of minutes because Tommy Hill, if I say Tommy Hill one more time, give me a slap, will you? Tommy Bridewell is going to win his 4th race of the year. That'll mean he's won more races than anybody else.
Very, very impressive for the 16-year-old, but we did have John Boy Lee down as a definite winner just half a lap ago.
We've definitely got smoke coming from number 11, Adam
That's
Jenkinson.
very unusual. I've never seen one break down.
Neither have I. Not in all the years we've been doing this.
Well, the bulletproof standard R6 Yamaha has...
I blame Adam Jenkinson. Must be his fault.
Blame the rider. That's too bad. It's pretty much a guaranteed podium position there for Jenkinson.
That body language said it all as well, didn't it? I am not happy.
Not very impressed at all.
So out has gone. We've got an oil flag out as well, which may mean that there's a little bit of slippery substance down on the track, which really would be a disaster of the day if Tommy Bridewell... Yeah, there it is. I'll tell you what, they won't know where that is out on the racetrack either. Hopefully Adam Jenkinson will have put that motorcycle off the line as soon as he felt that there was a problem with it, and he felt it fairly quickly. I think it went off at Sterling's corner and he immediately pulled over.
But the rest of the field have come through on that lap and there seems to be no problems. It was this
here, just here, yeah. But I'll tell you what, Tommy Bridewell wants this, doesn't he, now?
He certainly does.
Well, you can't blame him. It will be his 4th win of the year. That's more than even the series champion as he comes through Clearways to start his last lap.
These two guys are actually on 3 wins apiece, Tommy Bridewell and Brendan Roberts.
Are they?
Or is Brendan Roberts on 2?
Yeah. I'll just hand those glasses to him, Michael.
Do you know, I've just done a whole week riding a bike round France, big trailies with Two Wheels Only magazine, and I've been extremely tired for the last 2 days. The guys I was with are actually with their feet up watching telly.
That is the 3rd plug for another one of your jobs that you've managed to get into this commentary.
I hope you're having a good time, Alex and Darren, with your feet up under the beer. Well, I'm still grafting away after that nightmare camping trip in France.
What magazine was that again?
Two Wheels Only. Read it, believe it.
Neil Mackenzie must have shares in it. Still Tommy Bridewell that leads in on the final lap as we come out of 13.
Oh, Brendan Roberts.
The back.
Brendan Roberts trying to get his last lap drive on there.
You've got to ask why he's so far behind now. Tommy Bridewell barring a John Boy Lee type mistake.
Never say die.
Well,
one thing in R6 Cup racing, you never know what's going to happen until the checker flag comes out.
Well, we've got some of that coming up, of course, in the Metabo British Supersports race, which will be the next race on our Sky Sports card. Because Leon Camia looks like he's going to win that, but it ain't done yet until Craig Jones gives it up anyway. That's coming next, but still, right now, Tommy Bridewell just 2 corners away from taking the final race win in the Virgin Mobile Cup here, and that will be to the ecstatic applause of his fans and family. Bridewell comes down to Clearways for the last time. Brendan Roberts on bike 42 surely has let him go now. The Australian given best to the 16-year-old. Over the line, Tommy Bridewell takes the win. It'll be the final time of the year that you will see that. Where will he go next year, I wonder, Tommy Bridewell? What a great future in front of him. Just 16 years old. There are a lot of team management looking around speculatively for who they can... There's his brother Ollie there, speculatively looking for new riders for their teams in the next few. Yeah, 4 race wins this year. He can add up better than we can. Bridewell takes the win. 18 minutes 59.199 seconds it took to do it, and that Dunlop D208 is about to be exploded out on the racetrack as he kicks it up through the gearbox. And this has been the result of the Virgin Mobile Cup last round. Tommy Bridewell taking the win, the 16-year-old with a great future in front of him. Brendan Roberts, all he saw in front of him was the kid with a great future in front of him. David Anthony finishing third place. We're going to hear from those three in just a little while. They are down on the podium positions. Billy McConnell already crowned the champion, already in the Virgin Mobile Superbike team for 2006. Roberts and Bridewell, well, there it is. That's the overall finishing position. Brendan Roberts does, as Neil Mackenzie quite rightly said, hang on to his second place in the championship from Tommy Bridewell.